But it's okay also to just every once in a while distance yourself from the project a bit, like just kind of step back a little bit. And if you have like a lot, like we every once in a while, not just the Cakecore people specifically, but just in the different groups that I've been in, there's been inner conflict between different members or whatnot. It just happens. It's a natural part of creative growth or whatnot. The important part is to just not get super invested into every individual discussion or argument or dispute that's going on. It's okay to totally distance yourself for just a bit, kind of let some of the other members work out a little bit of the stuff. And then if you need, like, if you're the project head and then you need to give a final ruling at some point, you can give the final ruling. But 9 times out of 10, someone understood that when the final ruling was given out. It's like, you know, they have more stuff to worry about than just that one little thing anyway. The problem is if you aren't distancing yourself and you're in the process like 24/7, you're constantly talking to people about it. They don't have anything else to worry about but that one little individual thing, and neither do you. And naturally, like, it's just going to spiral out of control. So you really got to understand, like, give the project some space every once in a while. Give the issue some space. Let it simmer a bit. And, you know, everyone will, like, kind of start resolving it naturally, and then just give your input when necessary, basically.
And also just recognizing that, like, a lot of the times things don't matter, you know, like in the heat of the moment, I think we always think that they matter more.
Definitely,
and
absolutely.
Things are important, but it's like, if it's, you know, this thumbnail versus that, or the title of a video, or an editing choice or whatever, like a majority of the times, by the time you get to the end of the project, you'll be like, oh, that either way would have worked, or we didn't notice it. Or even if it's a horrendous mistake, you're like, man, that was a really bad edit. Like, it's not the end of the world by any means. Like, lots of people put out crap and are fine. You know, it's like,
well, and we talked a lot about this in our first episode too, with just like,
just make stuff.
The process of content creation is just creating things that are slightly better than the thing before. That's just that's where you go with it. So yeah, I think you really hit the nail on the head when you just said a lot of this stuff just doesn't matter, and it's not worth your energy or their energy. So distancing yourself from it really helps other people get a bigger perspective of the bigger project. And it's okay to let, like, smaller pieces of that project just go stalemate for a bit and, like, shed some more light on other projects. You know, if you have 2 writers who are having a dispute or whatnot, with, like, storyboarding or something, right? You can take the attention away from that for just a bit and, like, tell them to focus on, like, character building or something like that. Because it's just, like, a lot of times it's just those small little things that will go good either way, and it's all preferential. But as creators, you know, we have such passion for what we're creating that sometimes we feel like we need to fight for this. We need to fight for our vision and what we see. And, like, so many, I've gotten way too heated about things like that before too, like, where I'm just thinking, it needs to be this way because I understand what's good in my head and I need it to be good. When the reality is, whether or not it's that or that, it just doesn't change the overall the project. Most of the time, your project's going to be good enough where that one little thing, it's not going to affect it. If that one little thing does affect it, maybe your whole project has a problem. Like, maybe maybe it's not interesting enough. You know, if it's all relying on this one little thing. Like, if there's a specific line that you're like, wow, this line sounds cheesy as all get out, and the other person's like, no, this is the most fitting line. This is the most important line of the piece. If that one line makes the difference in the whole, like, short film or whatnot, then maybe your short film's not interesting enough or something. I don't know. It's
definitely a perspective to take. Like, we'll think about it.
Yeah. Go for it.
Have you seen, you watched 30 Rock, right?
I did. Yeah.
Do you remember whenever there was an episode where Liz Lemon looks like she's going to be taking over Jack's job? And at one point, Jack takes her to a lunch meeting, and they're talking about, like, the decision. Basically, she has to make a decision on, like, the kinds of buttons that are on the microwave. and then she's like, I don't know what to choose. And he's like, it doesn't matter. You just pick one. And then that's the one. Like, that's the right one. And so she picks it. And then she goes to this dinner, and she's, like, getting bonuses. She's, like, getting thanked for. She's like, were you the button person? That was incredible work. And it doesn't matter. You know, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like somebody just has to make the decision.
Yeah.
Most things aren't going to matter. It's not worth debating the buttons on the microwave. It is somebody make a choice, and that is now the right choice, and roll with it.
Yeah. And it's not worth like getting mad over people. Like, it's not worth that energy or whatnot. You should save that energy towards actually working towards something.
Yeah.
Hey there. You just watched a clip from my creative podcast. If you'd like to check out the full episode, you can support me over on Patreon. And if not, you can subscribe to check out more clips coming here soon.